4 stages of body position: straight, setting up for a corner, cornering, and corner exit. Each plays a very crucial role in riding. Here we have straightaway body position. Let's see, balls of your feet on the pegs. You want to have most of your weight on the balls of your feet. You want to stay, which will make you light in the seat. Light in the seat allows the suspension to work. So transfer all your weight to the balls of your feet. You don't want your feet dangling off the pegs. You want to be standing on top of the pegs. Okay. Head down, eyes up, hands relaxed. Doesn't matter where you are on the track. You always want to have your eyes up. You always want to have your hands relaxed. If you start getting pressure here, start feeling tension in your hands, you're holding on to the clip-ons too tight. When you're holding on to the clip-ons too tight, you can't move your upper body around in the corners. Stay nice and relaxed with your hands. A couple of different angles of body position and straight. So you always want to try to have everything as close to the bike as possible. Let the fairings work for you. If you're on a naked bike, still you want to get as much of your body as close to the bike as possible. Okay. If you're ever on a freeway or out just moving around on your bike, get in a tug and lift up and watch mile per hour and see what it does. You'll probably lose 3 to 4 miles per hour just by doing that. This creates what? Drag. Creates drag. Tug. Get nice and tucked in the on the bike. Here we have setting up for a corner. Setting up for a corner, probably the busiest time on a bike, right? You're braking, you're downshifting, adjusting your body, looking for your exit point, scrubbing speed off. Am I going to make this corner? Who's behind me? Is somebody about to pass me on the inside? There's so much going on on your mind while you're setting up for a corner. Straight away, I showed you the balls of your feet. You don't want your feet all the way against the frame when you're entering a corner. You want your feet to be on the outside of the peg. If it's on the outside of the peg, when you approach your braking point, what I do is I just turn my foot into the direction of the turn that I'm about to take. When I pivot my foot, my knee just follows. Knee follows, my lower body is set. Just have to bring the lower body off the seat a little bit. But having your foot on the outside of the peg allows you to pivot your foot into the direction of the turn, knee just follows. If your foot is all the way against the frame and you try to turn your knee out, what's going to happen? It doesn't go. So what happens when people start, getting more lower body off to compensate for that, then they end up getting crossed up on the bike. So put your feet on the outside of the peg, and once you get your brake point, boom. That's the first thing that happens. My foot pops out, or my foot pivots, knee follows. So turn the foot in the direction of the corner. One butt cheek partially off the seat. Nobody here is so small that they need to get their entire body off the bike. One butt cheek partially off. One butt cheek partially off helps you to keep from pivoting on the seat, keeps you parallel to the bike. So you pop off, one butt cheek partially off. Foot pivots out, knee follows. Boom. Your lower body is set up for the turn. You want to set your lower body up before you turn in. Okay, see a lot of people who wait to set their lower body up, they turn in and set their lower body up at the same time. That creates extra movement in the bike, kind of upsets it as you're doing it, and kind of makes the turn in feel weird. Set your lower body up as you're braking. Braking, set your lower body up, so when you hit the turn in, everything's set. You're just ready to turn in. Head and upper body up while you're braking. Use your outside leg to help raise during braking. You're going to feel pressure here because your weight's wanting to go forward. What I do is I put my peg against the heel of my outside foot. And what I do is when I start braking, I just put a little bit of pressure on it. And it helps keep my body back. If your body is back, you can apply more front brake because your weight is on the back of the bike. So apply more brake because you have more suspension to work with.
Okay. Over here.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and keep it that way into through corner exit. Tuck that knee in, bring that knee in against the tank. A little bit of pressure on that outside peg. It's going to help keep your weight back during heavy braking. Hands relaxed. Always hands relaxed.
Your whole upper body should really be as relaxed as you can keep it. You want to stay loose on the bike.
Exactly. If you're tense on a bike, you're not gonna, your body position's gonna be horrible going through the turn. You're gonna be fighting the bike, you're not riding the bike, you're fighting the bike. Okay. How can you tell he has a good lower body position?
Triangle of daylight.
Boom, triangle of daylight. If you do not see that triangle of daylight, if we're behind you, we don't see it, we're gonna pull you in, we're gonna give you feedback about it. Your feet are not in the right position, you're not able to pivot that foot out, and your knee's not following. What's the difference between corner setup and cornering with body position? Your upper body's down. You're bringing your upper body down. It all happens with that inside elbow. Drop that inside elbow, your upper body just naturally follows. Okay? Now when you get to turn in, do you just immediately drop your elbow so it brings your upper body all the way down? It's a slow, gradual process. I time it so when I get to the clip point and I'm through braking, my upper body's all the way down. So, if you DVR the races on TV, watch them, that's exactly what they do. Go to YouTube, watch video. I'm a video buff, I love watching video. I think you learn a lot by it. But it's a gradual process. You're slowly dropping your elbow down, which slowly brings your upper body down. So when you hit the clip point of the turn, your upper body's all the way down. Okay? Drop the inside elbow. Notice he's still nice and compact with the bike. He doesn't have his head way out here. Still nice and compact with the bike, but all the weight is on the inside of the bike. Draw a line down the center of the bike. The only body part that should be on the outside of the bike is your outside arm and outside leg. Everything else should be on the inside of the bike. Okay?
An important part about that is you want to make sure that your outside arm still has bend in it. You do not want to get so far out that your arm is straight. Because if you hit a large bump or something upsets the chassis and it wants to rip the bike out and you don't have some room for your arm to extend, it's going to pull the bike out of your hands. And you're going to be on the ground as it probably just rides off without you. It happens.
Goes right. Oh, my bike never does it. But now look at his outside arm. Still some bend in it. Still some play in it. Okay? Just like that picture. Corner exit. Your body position on a corner exit is crucial to getting a good drive. What you do not want to do is let your body position ride back up with the bike. You want to let the bike stand up on its own, and you keep your upper body down on the bike. You're going to see windscreen come up. You're going to see the fairings come up at your peripheral vision. You're going to watch that happen. Stay down. If you watch the rear cow video of some of the MotoGP guys, they actually bring their upper body further down to get a good drive. Now, this outside leg, what I do is once I hit my clip point, I start rolling on the throttle, I weight that outside peg. It helps put more weight on the rear tire, better traction, more throttle. So after you hit the clip point, you're rolling on the throttle, right? Rolling on the throttle, what's the bike doing?
Standing up.
Standing up. Let the bike stand up. It almost feels like you're pushing the bike back up. You're not. Rolling on the throttle is just naturally standing the bike up, and keep your upper body down. Let the bike stand up. And then once you hit your exit point or you feel you can move back to the center of the bike under acceleration, you just move your body back over. Okay? Now one thing with the lower body, say you're coming through a little bend, right hand turn, what's the next turn? Another right hander. I never move my lower body back over to the center of the bike. There's no point in doing that here. Keep your lower body off, but move your upper body back to the center of the bike. Okay? Same thing coming out of tombstone. Left-hander, big bend to left-hander. I keep my lower body off down this straightaway. Okay? No reason to move it back to the center of the bike. One thing to watch out though, if you're doing that, the first time you try it, and you grab a handful of brake, you'll feel the sensation that your body wants to go in the direction it's hanging off. It feels like if the bike, it wants to throw you off the bike. So just be careful the first time you apply brakes, because that is something that may happen. I'm not saying it's gonna, but it just feels like it happens. I mean, if you really get on the brake and you're not paying attention, oh, anything's possible. But that's the sensation you get. All right, so take your favorite corner, try it, lightly apply the brakes, kind of feel what your body's going to do. So when you get out there and try it at speed, heavy braking, you know what to expect. Okay. Then move your body back to the center of the bike until you can do so. Don't lift your head and upper body up. Moving back to the center of the bike, what does that create? Drag. It's all about that drive. Every little bit helps. Couple different angle. This donor, man, he's getting it. Hanging off the bike. Trying to make that rear tire big of a contact patch as possible on that rear tire so we can use a lot of throttle coming out. Lorenzo is a great example to watch. I mean, he over-exaggerates it. So it's really good to watch him on his corner exits, what he's doing with his body. A couple of different angles. Get your exit point. 100% right.
Proper exit.
Proper exit.